I'm a storyteller, and I tell stories that are, well, as someone once put it, rosenesque.
You can't just be normal and boring.
You can't really define it.
It's magic. It's crazy.
But you know it when you see it. Usually it's the buyer who chooses the home, but
it was like the wand choosing the wizard.
Sometimes maybe it's the other way around. Take cellist Liz Maxfield and her composer husband, Andrew. 10 plus years ago, they were moving back to Utah for a job and looking through the classifieds for a place to rent when Liz accidentally searched buy.
And the first house that popped up
and saw this.
Oh, that's kind of a cool mid-mod. What a weird-shaped house.
But it was equal parts weird and cool.
A mid-century modern home built by the homeowner, Ephraim Hatch, then 92.
And then
the home included
a few lines down, I saw
this.
The A-frame. I saw acoustically engineered music room, and I think my jaw dropped.
A room designed for his wife, Verena.
A passionate organist and amateur musician.
And a 9-foot grand and pipe organ.
And it was so fun seeing his face light up when he showed us the room.
They bought the home, which did need a bit of work, and eventually began a 3-month remodel.
We were the general contractors on record. We did the demolition,
which took 10 months.
Liz was standing right here with a toddler in a hiking backpack while she was holding a sledgehammer, knocking down a cinder block wall that used to be here. We worked with 2 different structural engineers, and they looked up at this room and they said, "This is really cool. Also, we're not totally sure why it's standing up."
Their home up to code,
But don't let the dog escape.
they started opening their doors.
Welcome, welcome!
To share their space and love of music at house concerts.
Jazz nights and hip hop, chamber music.
We just love creating this community space and inviting you into our home.
Tonight, a ukulele band.
These are the good old days.
The Birdwatchers.
Please don't let them fly away.
Here, music is in the walls. It's part of the foundation of their house.
It's just part of the atmosphere, part of the water.
And of their lives.
I was doing piano lessons by the time I was 5.
My mom was a professional musician.
It's how they connect.
And she passed away when I was about 10 years old. And as soon as I was old enough, we got to perform with her. And so it was almost a sacred space for us to be able to collaborate musically.
It meant a lot to them that it would pass from one music family to another, and it makes us happy, and I think it probably makes them happy wherever they are now.
It felt like it was meant to be, and we have loved this house.
If indeed the house chose the home buyer, it certainly sounds like it chose well. Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News. Guitar, bass, and drums complement each other, support each other, as do Josh Johnson, Jared McDonald, and Ryan Boyce.
Music has always brought us together, and you can't.
Of the Sunhouse Healers.
You can't explain that to other people, what you share together.
Survivor's guilt, to say the least.
Their story began, as these things often do, in high school. Like-minded teenagers finding each other, say, in auto mechanics class.
Would just pretend to wire my stereo every day and listen to Van Halen.
They bonded through music, and parents lost too early in life.
Feel like you had a little tribe.
Spill-tone dangerous.
Oh yeah, my sunburst Strat.
As 20-somethings, they toured in an old van christened Big Red. They got day jobs and families, but kept on playing. But one night 4 years ago, the music stopped. Johnson, while attending a concert, fainted, hit his head, and received an almost deadly
I actually died in the ambulance.
traumatic brain injury.
They brought me back.
I was not emotionally prepared.
It was so much, it was so fast, it was so serious.
Significant pieces of what had been Josh Johnson
I couldn't sign my name the same.
vanished.
I couldn't strum the guitar the same. My confidence, my ability to do everything I defined myself as was kind of just wiped clean.
Hard as it was, his bandmates were still there
They didn't give up on me.
to help him recover, and when he was ready, to try to play music again.
Something that came so natural to him was such a struggle.
I think the biggest thing is just let him know that we loved him and we cared about him and we were here for him.
And, if it wasn't for great friends and good family, sorry. I don't know if I'd be here.
Do we only get one chance?
Now the Sunhouse Healers
Amazing.
are rehearsing for their first gig since the accident. Guitarist, bassist, and drummer
We're kind of brothers in a way, we have a brotherly relationship.
complement and support each other.
Sacred or profane.
Josh Johnson appreciates the sound of that now
Music it just always keeps bringing us back into each other's lives, and
more than ever.
I don't know, what life would be like without them. They make it work. They make it happen.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News. It's as certain as rust and peeling paint. Matters march towards entropy, disorder, simply put on a piano.
What's fun about this piano is we can see the action very easily.
Gary Billings of the Gina Bachauer International Piano Foundation knew that when he put a half-dozen art pianos
Yeah, this was always meant to be a temporary exhibit.
outside, where entropy gets a big assist from the elements. As expected, notes veered off-key and off the keyboard, but unexpectedly, one piano, destined for the landfill,
Wow.
held its own.
It's in tune, everything's working.
An anonymous piano tuner striking in the dead of daylight. A mystery, until an explanation rolled up before a concert. So you're the guy that's been tuning the pianos.
Yep, that's me.
Stephen Mueller
And I asked him, well, are you a professional technician?
is not a piano tuner
I design chips, computer chips.
and was not a pianist until the death of a high school classmate, a guitarist, 6 years ago, reminded him nothing lasts and moved him to take lessons.
Really wanted to be able to improvise, kind of let out the musical thoughts I had in my head.
Always looking for public pianos to play,
I love to play for people.
found this one in need of tuning, and with the help of YouTube, took up a hobby most people don't.
I mean, people go, they study for years to get skilled at this technique.
Find the string that's vibrating.
Amazingly, he kept this piano in pretty playable shape for months.
Stephen Mueller knew he was on the losing side of the equation.
The second law of thermodynamics, everything tends towards disorder.
A family of bees had taken up residence inside this piano, so we had to put a sign up to say, play at your own risk.
Storing a piano outside is not recommended.
But the story doesn't end here. Stephen Mueller officially adopted the piano. So did you tell your wife the piano followed you home?
Effectively, yes.
Someday entropy may win out, but for now the piano remains somewhat in tune, out of the landfill, and in what perhaps sounds like just the right hands. Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News. The student orchestra's new guest conductor leads not just with her hands, but by example.
Okay, so this is bar 10. I not even had a piano. I was a pianist. And
With a story Jessica Altoriba tells about how when she started piano lessons at age 6, she didn't have a piano.
And my school suggested me I had to study really hard anyways.
So she made one out of floor tile.
And I drew a piano and just tried to practice with that.
Altoriba grew up in cash-poor but musically rich Cuba. By age 10, she knew her life would be about music. Not popular Cuban music like her percussionist dad, but to his disappointment.
And I told my father I want to be a classical musician, and he was like,
classical.
What?
And when she saw a teacher conduct Prokofiev, she knew her place would be in front of the orchestra.
Because when I was a player, I was just thinking about doing my part, but then I started to be more worried about people, the sense of community. And coming from Cuba, you don't have privacy. You are like 3-4 generations together in the same house. So I love to be surrounded by people.
A big break came with a last-minute invitation to study in Baltimore with Marin Alsop.
I think she has an understanding some more privileged students don't have.
The first woman to lead a major American orchestra.
That opportunities are few and far between, and they have to really be mined.
Women, along with people of color, are underrepresented on the podium. Last year, Altoriba worked with the New Jersey Symphony, and this season, the Utah Symphony appointed her its assistant conductor. She brings classics to school kids
in the harmony with that beat,
and inspires music students like Victoria Gordon during a residency at Cottonwood High School.
She's strong. She's strong and she knows what she wants. She's been that way since she was 6 with the tile piano. Know what you want and do whatever you can to get it.
She wants students to understand that whether they dream of becoming a musician or a conductor or something else, they need one thing above all.
All you have is your heart as a musician.
Passion.
You might don't have electricity or any other things, but you have this inner voice of you just screaming, this is what I want to be. And it's like flourishing in the middle of a desert.
Passion. Jessica Altoriba may not have had a proper piano, but she certainly had that.
If you don't have discipline and passion about what you do in life, then you have nothing. As long as you are passionate, you are gonna be sooner or later in the place you should be.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News. The story Andrew Wiscombe sings is a familiar one.
Charlie was a good boy raised beneath those Kansas skies.
It's about a young man who gets married and goes to Vietnam, comes back different.
They ran off and got married.
The story is really his own.
Andrew and I got married in January of 2008.
The year he married Kate.
He deployed for Iraq in October. I was 8 months pregnant.
The Army sniper went to war.
I mean, there were so many days that I thought, today's the day. Today's the day I'm not gonna make it. I'm never gonna see my son.
He returned to the States and settled into civilian life until a fellow sniper, a good friend, took his own life.
This heavy guilt, that I could have done something to maybe help him out.
I just noticed that he was wounded. I don't know any other way to describe it but that.
She said it feels like I'm holding a ghost.
His wife says it feels like I'm holding a ghost. That's probably how my wife has felt for a long time,
Your mind is in the distance.
During that time, that's when he lost it, because he told someone we were selling our house. When I was standing there, it just went away.
Did you know you were selling your house?
No.
The couple moved back to Utah. They'd each grown up here. And Andrew Wiscombe got help at the VA for post-traumatic stress. And then he did something he hadn't done in a long time.
I didn't hear him sing and play the first 6 years of our marriage. And then he started playing.
I'm like, where did that come from,
On a long and dusty highway beneath that western sun.
I found that it's impossible for me to be paranoid and depressed, and that self-confidence gone, when I'm playing music and I'm filled with love.
Now Andrew Wiscombe is singing a different tune.
Like a river runs wild, like a lark flying free.
Like a river runs wild, like a lark flying free, like a tall Georgia pine, I'm okay being me. Even though I've changed and I'm a different person than I was before, learning to accept that and be okay with who I am, I think is half the battle.
But I open up that guitar case and feel
He's now working on a career as a singer-songwriter.
like a river runs wild, like a lark flying free, like a tall Georgia pine, I'm okay, baby.
Andrew Wiscombe can't rewrite the beginning of his story.
Although I am different, I learned to appreciate the things that really matter.
1, 2, 3, jump. Good jump, dude.
But he can change what happens next.
And if it has to be a little more bitter for me to taste the sweet, then that's okay.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.
Oh, yes.
Before he met his wife Karen,
This came before me.
Merv Brown found another love. In church,
I guess I was about 9 years old, and
pipe organ music.
I watched the organist, so I pretended like I was playing the organ when I was sitting in the pew.
When Brown was a teenager, he started piecing together
My dad, he traded a vacuum cleaner traded a stained glass window for those.
his own organ
In my dad's garage.
in his dad's garage. But eventually the organ needed a home of its own.
I needed a home for it.
So he bought it,
It was more important than for me.
a house. He turned a living room into a music room.
Next day, I started bringing pipes into this room.
And the dining room
This was your dining room?
This was the dining room.
into the pipe room.
And this is a concert flute. Oboes, clarinets, strings, trumpets, doppelflute. Just kept growing. There's 1,600 in here.
Do things start vibrating in this house?
Yeah, it vibrates. There's some cracks in the ceiling. That's why I don't have drapes up and I don't have much carpet. I want the sound to ring a little bit.
It was after the organ
Does your wife like organ music?
that Karen came into the picture
I hope so.
at a church fireside.
He spent the whole evening telling me about this organ that he'd built in his dad's garage.
A neighbor offered to set her up.
He's my next door neighbor. Do you want to go out with me? And I said, no, I don't think so.
But she ended up marrying him anyway. Merv and the organ.
So when you married Merv, you married the organ too.
I did. What you see is what you get.
Merv Brown still has pipe dreams.
I have authentic pipe dreams.
A bigger organ and a bigger house to go with it.
Like go another 40 feet out, then I'd have better acoustics.
And Karen Brown still has no regrets.
There's been too much good in it to ever wish that I didn't have it. He's just an all-around good person, and he's made us a wonderful home.
A home for all three of them.
Plus he comes with a soundtrack.
Yes, and he comes with a soundtrack.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.
I'm telling y'all, these songs are banging.
A concert that's not really about the music.
There are no wrong notes. There are no, mistakes.
It's about
Are we ready for a rock and roll show?
making noise.
We are going to be doing a lot of fun stuff today.
This is summer camp. Rock Camp SLC.
It's an empowerment camp, but we use music
Music director Talia Keys.
to teach these kids about empowerment.
What began as one woman's college thesis became Portland's rock and roll camp for girls, which inspired a slew of similar camps worldwide. Rock Camp SLC expanded the mission to include girls and transgender, non-binary, and gender-expansive youth.
Marginalized youth, marginalized genders.
Some of us feel like we don't belong, that we've been pushed out.
Like Seti Jai Baker Rasavang, a.k.a. Jedi, a 15-year-old non-binary college student and 5-time camper.
It's one of my safe places. It's a place that I always want to come back to because I know that even if there are tons of new people, it's still going to be like a family.
Campers get an instrument and music lessons.
The E string, A string, E string, E string.
Join a band
Oh, hold on, is this louder? I can't tell which way is louder. That punk band.
and write a song.
It's
It's important to know that you can deal with some of life's hardest things.
I faced a bit of racism. I've had people throw firecrackers at me. I've had people yell slurs at me.
With encouragement.
So I encourage you, if you have
someone who's been there before.
If you have things you're dealing with in your life, you put that into your music. You know, when I was 9, I had a bowl cut, and I loved when I was misgendered as a kid. I liked being called a boy. When I hit puberty, you know, pretend I was a girly girl, grow my hair out. I denied who I was.
Got to keep your head up, when you're feeling down.
Being an out queer woman in the music industry has not been easy. Before I came out of the closet, I had to deal with a lot of sexual harassment. After I came out, physical abuse, verbal abuse. Being true to yourself really is one of the best things you can do for yourself.
By week's end, campers may see themselves in a new light as they perform their songs on stage.
We need to teach our kids that no matter their differences, that they matter.
They don't need to apologize for being themselves. They can be true to themselves.
Peter Rosen, KSL 5 News.
Built on dangerous beliefs, shaky ground.